Alright, you beautiful peoples of the interwebs, Glyn here, Cheapskate Gaming News Tech Reviews, and I just wanted to update you on the original Dying Light has just had an update, so it now runs on your PS5 with a higher frame rate. Something that I can't believe they waited till after Dying Light 2 was released to do this, why they didn't do it before Dying Light 2 was released, just to bring up a little bit of, you know, drudge up a little bit of goodwill or whatever. Anyway, let me just show you. So we're on the main screen here that you load into. So what we want to do here is go to the options menu. So we go over and at the bottom you can see video. So we want to click that. And there's three modes they've given us here. So essentially you can play at 60 FPS at 1080p, which would just be normal. Well, originally it ran at 30 frames a second, and it ran at really bad 30 frames. So it'd be 1080p 30 normally on a PS4, PS4 Pro. They're offering you now the 60 FPS, but there's also a slightly better version here, balanced. Now this is 1440p resolution and up to 60 FPS. And then we've got a full 4K at 30 frames a second. Well, I didn't like how the 30 frames a second ran on the PS4 and PS4 Pro. Oh, and just as a quick update, sorry to go off on a tangent here, but the PS4 Pro has also had a bit of an update as well to run it, the frame rate at a slightly better, which is how I've played it before. Maybe that's why I didn't like the frame rate at 30 frames a second. I found it very janky. So anyway, we're going to select balanced, and we're just going to see how that is going to turn out. Good. Okay, the capture card's still working. We go back to game, and I'm just going to continue. So I'm actually on the DLC on here. So we'll just wait for this to load up. Hopefully it won't take too long. Here we go. So yeah, I'm on the DLC. You get outside of the main city. And you're basically out in the countryside. So it'll be a good place to test the frame rate as well, because you've got all fields and there's a lot more zombies outside. So you'll just have to bear with me while I yap through or talk through these loading bits, and hopefully the volume isn't too loud on the music. I suppose I haven't got this installed, by the way, to my SSD. This is installed on an external old-fashioned hard drive. I got one of. There we go. Press X to continue. Got one of those 4TB hard drives just for storing all my old PS4 games. Oh, and look at that. That is running a lovely jubbly. Oh, it's playable now. Now, I always struggled with the old... it is going to be very noisy in there. Let me just pause it. Let me just see if I can just drop the volumes all down a little bit. Yeah, so like I was saying, the old game, I stopped here because, to be honest, the frame rate was literally giving me a headache in this game. Yeah, that's better now. You can hear me talking over this, and so this is a really welcome inclusion. Now, I have actually got Dying Light 2 at the minute, and I'm starting to play it, but to be honest, I got a couple of hours in, and I kind of lost interest in Dying Light 2, whereas this original Dying Light, I was much further into it. Oh, and also this is another thing that that apparently this does, is that the draw distance is extended out by 25%. It's just, if you look at this path where I put you can see that bit of grass coming in and out of view. So originally maybe that was by here, and that's the 25% extra. Let's go for a run round these zombies. Away, evil zombie. Alright, mate. Heads up. Right, so there we go. That's Dying Light, the original Dying Light, not Dying Light 2. The original Dying Light now is running at a beautiful, smooth and lovely 60 FPS. And I'd suggest if you've got a PS5, just run it in the 1440p mode, because it seems to be, yeah, that seems to be fairly smelly, fairly smooth. And if there is a drop rate, if the frames are dropping, it's very slight, and it's still a lot better than trying to play it at its old janky 30 frames a second. So yeah, definitely give it another try, or pick it up cheap on the store when it's on a deal, or if you get a second-hand copy. And definitely worth trying out the DLC as well for this game. This is the DLC area that I'm in. Have a little look at the sea. Can't really see it very well from here. Let me jump out of here. Ah, and there's the beach. Uses screen space reflections, but we'll let it off for that. Just checking out the shadow in there. It's weird. Directions, the sun coming from that direction. Yeah, it's like there's no character shadow, but there we are. We'll let it off that. Anyway, so that's Dying Light 2. A little bit of a quick video, really. I did sort of bangle on a bit too long for that, but anyway, see you in the next one. Cheapskate Gaming News, Tech Reviews. Bye now. Bye.